You have gotten a promise from God. You have gotten a prophetic word from the Lord, and you know it was the Lord, but you still haven't seen the manifestation of that prophetic word or that promise that was given to you by God. It's important that when you get a word from the Lord, you mix faith with what you've heard. You have to believe in the word that's been given to you from God. You have to mix faith with it. God's will for your life doesn't automatically come to pass. You don't just sit on the couch all day watching TV and God gave me a word. One day it's going to happen. No, you have to mix faith with it. The Israelites, they were surrounded by the Moab army. And they're all fearful. They're all scared. And a prophet stands up and says, you have nothing to fear. Don't worry. He says, tomorrow go out. This is where they're camped at. Go out. And you don't have to fight. God's going to fight for you. The battle's not yours. It's the Lord's. And they come on that word. They get that word and they're like, okay, in the morning they go out. The king goes out and the king stands up and says in 2 Chronicles 20:20, listen to what he says. He says, believe in the Lord your God, so shall you be established. Believe his prophets, so shall you prosper. You have to believe in the Lord your God to be established. And then you have to believe the word from God, which was through a prophet in this case, to be established and to prosper. You have to mix faith with what you hear from the Lord. It doesn't just automatically come to pass. You have to believe in what you've heard. And then you have to walk out in faith in it. Isaiah 7:9 says, if you will not believe, surely you shall not be established. If you don't believe in what you've heard from God, you're not going to be established. Or we establish our life on the principles in the word of God and his promises. Mix faith with what you've heard and start believing God and start believing his prophets and start seeing the manifestation of what he's already promised you. The promise is already yours. Just mix faith with it and believe it, and you will be established.